Superbird and Daytona. Everything you need to know. Hello and welcome back to MIA Luxury Cars. For today's video, we will be going to talk about the Superbird and Daytona. Everything you need to know. Let's get started. You may now learn everything there is to know about the Dodge Daytona and the Plymouth Superbird. When NASCAR became popular in 1968, Dodge was getting the short end of the stick from Ford and finding it difficult to keep up with Plymouth, its sibling business. Quite embarrassing, in fact. Therefore, the directive to create a winning vehicle and take whatever necessary measures came from the top. A modified Charger was the initial attempt. It is widely regarded as one of the top 5 most beautiful American automobiles ever. But the 1968 Charger was a terrible racer. It was impossible to drive at high speeds due to the vacuum formed by the broad-ass grille, sucking in a lot of air and the flying buttresses. Dodge changed this by adding the Coronet's grille to the Charger and bringing the back window flush with the B-pillars. The outcome was the Charger 500, a significantly smoother vehicle with real high-speed handling ability. However, Ford had already been improving their own stock car, the Gran Torino, named for Clint Eastwood, so it wasn't enough to win. Ford triumphed over the Charger and Torino in their race at Daytona. Richard Petty, the main driver of Plymouth, departed for Ford because he was sick of operating such a subpar race car and won the first race of 1969. Adding insult to injury, Dodge was under pressure to appear respectable and entice Petty back to the squad. It was a go for the Charger Daytona. Even a member of Chrysler's missile group was hired by Dodge to work on the Daytona project. It was known as Operation Paperclip, and it's a through event. Chrysler developed ballistic missiles for the government, missiles created by Nazi scientists and smuggled over here after World War II. John Pointer was a real rocket scientist, returning to the automobile. Chrysler believed that more than only the Cold War was involved in the Daytona project. Dodge tested their winged creature at the Chelsea Proving Grounds. However, the Dodge engineers specifically instructed the drivers not to exceed 190 mph when they arrived at the race course. This is why they were unable to do so. Ford had spy planes circling the truck. Ford produced surveillance planes while Chrysler manufactured missiles. As the first NASCAR to surpass 200 miles per hour, Dodge driver Charlie Glotzbach accelerated the Daytona to 204 mph. No one outside the Chrysler engineering team and upper management was aware of the team's car's top speed. It was maintained a secret. On September 14, 1969, the Daytona had its public debut at the Alabama International Speedway, also known as Ricky Bobby's house. Daytona easily won the pole position in the following day's race. What attacked Ford and Chevy was completely unexpected. The Daytona went on to win 7 of the final 10 races in the 1969 campaign. Their diligence had clearly paid off, as was evident. Compared to other features on the track, the noses pointed tip sliced through the air the best. It has an amazing grasp because of that crazy wing. Dodge informed NASCAR that they were for high-speed wheel clearance. However, the vent's primary purpose was to release air pressure that had accumulated under the car, keeping it firmly attached to the track. The reason the wing was so large was because it required clear air. John Pointer, our previous rocket scientist, placed the wing high so that it could generate substantially more downforce for the rear wheels since since he was aware that the already turbulent air immediately over the tail would have fewer contrasting forces. Dodge had to create 500 production vehicles for sale to the general public in order for the Daytona to be approved for racing. The Daytona was extremely difficult for dealers to sell. It had an odd appearance, and the snot made engine overheating a serious issue. It got considerably harder the next year when NASCAR rules specified 1,500 automobiles had to be delivered to dealers. That's a threefold increase. The next year, Plymouth debuted its own flying vehicle, the Superbird. The Daytona and the Bird appeared rather similar, although there are a few minor distinctions between them. To understand, you must be a true expert of winged, angular NASCAR cars. One of the reasons Plymouth's designers only consented to give their beloved Roadrunner a huge nose was because they could make it appear better. The wing was positioned higher on the truck, and the nose was modified. These changes made the Superbird around 3 miles per hour, slower than the Daytona, and after 200 laps, that makes a pretty big difference. But that didn't stop Richard Petty from returning to Plymouth for the 1970 session. In his signature Petty blue paint scheme, now he have 2 race cars with giant wings that people would buy at the dealership. Chrysler wanted to win NASCAR so badly that they made 3,000 cars that will only be sold to 2 guys, Joe Dirt and Matthew McConaughey. In Dazed and Confused, the 1970 season was dominated by Chrysler's Aero car. The Daytona and Superbird won 33 out of 48 races that season, but their supremacy was short-lived. For the 1971 season, NASCAR rules mandated that any Aero car couldn't have an engine bigger than 300 cubic inches. The rule killed the Daytona and Superbird overnight. NASCAR officials said they were concerned with the crazy high speeds these cars could achieve. The Daytona and Superbird lived on as legendary muscle cars, outlandish survivors from a time before stock cars became shapeless blobs painted on headlights. What have you learned about our topic? Please let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video.